Hello everybody. Today we're doing craft and chat with the autumn flare. May be perfect for your Thanksgiving table. These are really fast and easy to make. We're doing felted acorns. How cute are they? We do have these 3 different colors and we'll show you how to wet felt these. It's really easy and it's something anybody of any age can do, but it kind of has a sophisticated look for adults. All right, welcome to Tech at the Lowell Library's Acorn Felting Craft and Chat. We're doing wet felting today. Oh, it's a little safer than what you've probably heard of needle felting, where you take the felt and jab needles in it. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to use water, and it just makes it, just as you saw before, it makes beautiful little acorns. So here's how we start with. This is your raw material, 100% wool. And it is called roving. This is actually what spinners make yarn out of. So each fiber is separate and it's rough, but each fiber, I mean, if you looked at it under a microscope, would have these tightly closed scales, kind of like shingles on a roof. And when you get it wet, those scales open up, and that helps these fibers adhere to each other. So you have felting. There's your pretty roving. All right, so I'm going to show you. In case you want to do it yourself, you buy a big bundle of it, say, just pull it apart a little. It kind of look like the consistency of cotton candy. And then you just tear off a little bit. Boom, boom, there you go. That's your start right there. Now over here, in this we have water with just a couple of drops of dishwashing liquid. So you need some soapy water. Stir that up. Boom, boom. Not too much. Really, a couple drops will do you. In fact, if your fiber gets too soapy as you go, and I might as we go, I'll show you. You dip it in the clear water here in this cup. So that you don't want it to get too soapy. So we're going to start with this one. Just kind of take that, dip it in here quickly, squeeze out the excess. And then, hear that? Yeah, that's good and spongy. Okay. Then, you know what you do? You roll. You roll it like it's a meatball or cookie dough. You're all familiar with that circular pattern. So you just roll it. Roll. Roll, roll, roll. Use your palms. Sing a little song. See where it's already starting to bunch up a little? You want to keep it wet. It's called wet felting. In fact, I think I'm going to dip it again. There you go. And there you go. Just keep rubbing. Like I said, this makes it an excellent, very clean craft. Now, if you're going to make a lot of these, I would suggest you use some soap that has some emollients in it, like maybe olive oil or something. Since we're only doing 3, I'm not worried about my hands drying out. But if you want to make a dozen or so, you might want some fancy soap that's not going to dry out your hands. We'll just keep rolling. You know, that circular pattern. Look. See what's happening there? Dip it a little bit. You're just going to keep it moist. You don't have to keep it soaking wet, but squeeze out the excess. Keep on rolling. And that breaks down, like I said, that breaks the scales down. In each fiber, they start to meld together. You put not a lot of pressure on this. Just like a meatball or a cookie, the motion is just a gentle pressure. And just keep rolling. Great thing to do if you want to put a movie on. Keep your hands busy. Better than one of those old fidget spinners. All right, now, if you get a little crack in it, see that? We don't want that. It means some of that has not bonded with each other. So you take a little bit of the material you're using over here. Just a little bit. It's going to be basic like a patch. Dip it in that soapy water. Squeeze it out. And lay it. Spread it out. Lay it over that crack. And guess what? Yep, roll again. And then keep on rolling. Now you see that little bit we used, gonna make a small acorn. The ones we showed at the beginning are a little bit larger. So it really depends on what kind of acorn caps you find, what size they are, and how big you want to make your acorns. See, that's not quite stuck on, so we're gonna spread it out a little bit. A little bit more. Roll it around there, dip it, and roll till it adheres. So you got a little breakdown here. You got a little adherence. You got a little felting. Fun. It's kind of fun to do. Very relaxing. Oh, see, now the crack is gone. We're just gonna do a little bit more. You can feel it's coming to a nice solid hole here. Not gonna come apart when it dries. And when you feel it, oh yeah, now you say that feels pretty firm. And my little cap didn't take as well as I would like, so I'm going to dip it again. Do a little more. You know, here's the thing. You have we put lots of roving in your kits. If one doesn't suit you, start again. Oh yeah, there you go. Now, here's what you got. Woohoo, fun. Little ball, it's felted, it's adhered together. You put a little more pressure on it towards the end there. Then you want to dip it in the clean water. Squeeze it out. Squeeze it out. And then we're going to shape it into a kind of an acorn shape. Because, you know, acorns aren't round. They're kind of fatter at the top. Just squeeze it into like an oval and egg shape. These are great to make if you use blues and, you know, some mottled whites. Great to make little bird's eggs for spring, for a spring display. A little acorn shape pressed down the top. And then you got the little pointy bottom. How about that? Kind of looks like corny or eggy. The egg shape is wonderful. You can also roll it. Then when you're done, you roll it on the towel. Just keep the shape. Just press the top down. Roll it here a little bit. It's good to have a towel. Then these will dry. They'll dry in a few hours, maybe 2 or 3. If you just want to put them aside, come back to them the next day, that's great too. Because what you're going to do is find an acorn cap that looks like the right size. This looks probably pretty good. Maybe that was a little small. Let's go a little bigger. Tuck it up in there. Tuck it up in there. Look, he's got a little head. I think that is the hardest part, is finding the right cap for the right acorn. It's also fun because you go out, look in the yard, in the park, by the sidewalk. There's no shortage of acorn caps out there this year. I still think that's a little small. Oh, let me see what I got over here. Oh, that's better. There you go. Oh yeah, that's much better. Don't you think? Look at that. Take a little glue gun. You know, no life is. Now, we're assuming that this would be dry. You're going to take a little glue gun action and... Oh, where'd it go? Just glue that cap to the top of your acorn. And move on to the next one. A little bit in the cap. Strings off. I'm terrible at strings. Pop it on. And there you go. Tiny acorn. Tiny felted acorn. There it is. In all its glory. We'll do another one. Oh, that nice. We're going to do a bigger one. We're going to do one to fit that cap. So we'll use a little more of this roving. And again, pull it apart a little bit before you put it together. Point and counterpoint, right? You can judge about how big it's going to be. It's going to go down by maybe a third. So, like I said, we put a lot of roving in your kits. We do have kits available for this. We have 5 kits. Now you can make your own acorns. And we have all 3 colors. The gold and the brown and the hickory nut color. And threw some caps in there with different and assorted sizes if none of them work for your acorns. Like I said, this is a masked year for acorns. As you know, as you probably noticed, most of the, whatever reason, the mysterious reason, oak trees all drop multiple acorns on the same year. It's called a masked year. And this must be it. It's usually every 2 years, but I swear there was a lot of them last year. I think that's going to be way too big, so I'm going to take some out. And let's get it wet again. And squeeze it out. You want to squeeze most of it out. There you go. That soapy water. And then we'll just start rolling. Again, yeah, so acorns were coming down like artillery this year, weren't they? So you probably have enough real acorns to make a nice centerpiece for your Thanksgiving table. Then why not put some of these in amongst them? Wouldn't that be pretty? You could run a needle underneath the cap, like right here, and thread and make a garland out of them. With some actual leaves or felt leaves, maybe even. Oop, no, that's turning out to be too small, isn't it? See, fooled me. Let's see if we can. Now, here's the test to see if we can bond this to this. I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, I want this one to be bigger. So should we try and add some more to it? Why not? Pull it again, pull it apart. Then, whew. Squeeze it out and let's just place it around this ball. See what happens. I'm experimenting as we go. And roll. Bigger. And it did adhere to each other. Woohoo! So, again, shape it a little. I think that one might need a little more rolling. Get a little loose spot in the middle. All right. Okay, now we have an acorn. Let's shape it up. Pinch it down at the bottom, press it down at the top. Really, acorns are kind of shaped like eggs, aren't they? And we're going to dip that in the clear water, rinse it off. Get the soap out of it. Just shape it up a little. So, yeah. There you go. Acorn eggs. You can have lots of fun with these, spring and fall. There you go. Just make round ones in reds or greens or whatever colors your Christmas decor is, your holiday decor. You can add other things to it other than caps. Or spray paint the cap silver. Ooh, hoo, hoo. That'd be fun. All right, so there's your basic flat top, acorn shape. Look at that, nice. Okay, so like I said, we have 5 kits available. They have all this roving in them. They have acorn caps in them and of different sizes. And you just provide the water and a little drop of dish liquid and you have acorns. And of course, glue gun, because, you know, no life is complete without one of those. So thanks for watching. Join us at the Lowell Library anytime now. We're open 10 to 2 to the public. And then, of course, we have curbside pickup. And our Acorn kits will be available by request.